Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Have you ever seen those motorcycles with those big old screens that have mapping system? They've got Apple CarPlay. They've got all kinds of cool stuff on their display on their motorcycle. Well, the company's name is Chigee, and just out of curiosity, I do a lot of e-bikes on this channel. I know a lot of you guys have watched my channel for years because of e-bikes, and I was curious, can you add one of these screens to an e-bike? Well, the answer is yes, you can. And what's cool about these is they come with adapters for connecting directly to a battery, which is what you would likely do on a motorcycle, or you can just connect it to a USB port. And that's what's cool about this, because most e-bikes now that are being produced and put out have a USB port on your e-bike that charges your phone, because a lot of people like to bring their phone on their e-bikes. Well, this has the adapter with the USB plug, so you can plug into that and it will charge this and it will actually power it on. And it has all kinds of cool stuff. And like I mentioned, Apple CarPlay. It has a map system, so it's got full navigation, GPS navigation, which is really nice when you're out there on long trails or if you're heading to the store, you don't know where you're going. To be able to have that map is pretty cool. And it has an anti-theft system as well. Guys, there's a lot to this, so I'm going to unbox this on camera today and I'll show it to you. But before I do that, I do want to share the reason why I have this bike in front of me, because a lot of e-bikes will actually have a display on here which has things like miles per hour. Well, this has that as well. It has, an odometer. This has that as well. But then there's e-bikes like this one that don't, that just has one of these little screen. It's not even a screen. It's just buttons that turns the power on, the lights on, and adjusts your pedal assist level. But it doesn't tell you how fast you're going, where you're going, any of that stuff. You add this, you've elevated this bike. You've made a under $500 e-bike as much as a $2,000 e-bike just by adding a big screen like this. This is really cool, and I'm going to add this to my go-to e-bikes. I'm going to have multiple videos with this on it. You will see it on a lot of my reviews. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to unbox it. I'm going to set it up on this bike. I'm going to show it to you on this bike. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's go. If you have an e-bike that does not have a USB port, that's fine, because a lot of those phone mounts you can get on Amazon can hold these little chargers. Now, they make bigger ones and they make these little thin ones like this. Now, look how small this is. This will keep this device completely charged for a very, very long time. So, and it's really next to nothing. You can zip tie this to your bike, completely hide it, put it in your bag on your bike, doesn't matter. But what I would do in this case is I would probably, if I had one of those bikes that didn't have a USB port, I probably would just zip tie it to the inside underneath part of the handlebars. That way it's completely out of the way, completely hidden, and then it can plug straight into the panel, which I would put this display right front and center, and I'll show you what I do on that e-bike and why something like this could really elevate that bike. So let's go ahead and unbox the Chigee Play. This is the AIO-5 Play. That's the model it has, and I'll put links to this down in the description section. So it does come with a little quick start guide here, which is nice because it kind of shows you how to set it up. This is brand new to me. I have not actually played with this yet, so I'm not super familiar. They give you little stickers here you can put on your bike, whether it's a motorcycle or an e-bike, and then also has this little strap thing, which is kind of nice because it can kind of hide those wires so they're not dangling. Again, quick start guide. What else do we have in here? We've got the different kinds of mounts. So you've got this kind and you have this kind. So depending on where you want to put it on your handlebars, what kind of handlebars you have, you got a couple different options. Pretty nice. And this is the connector that goes directly to the battery. So if you are on a motorcycle or an e-bike that has access to the battery components within the controller, you could actually use this. This is more, I think, for motorcycles than anything else. And then you've got some zip ties also, and it looks like some extra fuses. And then the unit itself, it has little tools too. There's a little hex key and a miniature screwdriver. So you could open this up. And as you can see here, it's automatically connected, it looks like, to a USB. So this right here would go right into the USB on your bike. Or in this case, during the unboxing, I'll just use this. So we'll just go ahead and plug this into here. Just like that, and it has a little protective cover. So you take that protective cover off to unveil unveil the actual unit. So there it is, right there. If you can see that in the camera, okay. So that's it right there. So it shows you, oh, it's connecting to CarPlay right now, so we'll say okay. Yep, we're going to go ahead and do that. So you've got your speed, you've got your odometer, all kinds of stuff here, and then here you've got your Android Auto as well. So it's got Android and Apple, which is cool, and you could switch between them, as you can see. So I'll go CarPlay on that. So it's going to CarPlay right now. So it is syncing to my phone, which is not with me. It's actually, it looks like upstairs. So it's already connected to it. So I guess I wasn't too far away. And then you've got your settings section here. I'm not, again, not that familiar, but you can change your language. You've got storage on here. You got your display. It looks like probably brightness, how bright you want the screen to be. And then you got your time. You can set your time zone on here. So that's just kind of your system setup stuff. So there's all kinds of cool features in here. Again, I have to, oh, look at that. I mean, this is pretty advanced. It tells you all kinds of data on your e-bike. So I'm going to play with this a little bit. I'm going to look at the map. I'm going to connect this to my Apple phone, and I'm going to go for a little ride. And we're going to test this out and see how it looks on that bike. Again, the bike that I'm using this on is a $500 e-bike that doesn't even have a screen. So already I'm elevating my whole riding experience with this. So I'm going to go ahead and mount it right now. We'll go for a ride. That's all that comes in the box, guys. Again, I'm just using this to power this. Again, your e-bike has a USB port like most of the new ones I have, then no problem. But if you don't, you just have this connected to it. Zip tie this up. You're good to go. So, and that's it. Everything in the box. Pretty easy setup, I think. Let's get out there. All right, so I'm in my garage here, and as you can see, this is the same bike. I have the panel here, but I added this screen right here. Again, that's the Chigee screen, and it does have all my apps on here because it is Apple CarPlay, but it also has Android as well. So I think it looks really nice right there in the center, and you know, if I wanted to do maps, I can do maps, and I can search for things, go gas stations nearby if I needed to, and then, so there you go, and you could just go ahead and do the map, or if I want to listen to music, I can just jam some tunes right here on my e-bike. Kind of a cool feature. There's lots of cool things with this. I'm gonna put this on a higher end bike. I just wanted to show it to you on a kind of a low end bike, and all I did was, this one doesn't have a USB port. This is kind of an older bike, and so I just put it right here. As you can see, you can't even tell, right here to the side, and I just did two-sided tape. It's gonna hold perfectly fine. I'm probably gonna zip tie this in real nice, but otherwise, man, super impressed. This is a really nice screen, very bright, and you can do lots of things with it. Hopefully I shared some of the things you can do with it, but again, any apps you want, it can go right into here, which is pretty cool. Make phone calls, all kinds of cool stuff. And then when you're not on AirPlay, you just have your normal stuff. So you get your speedometer here, you got your angle that you're going as far as like north, south, east, and west. I'm going direct north right now. And then you have your odometers, all kinds of stuff. And then you've got some really cool settings here as far as like your speed and all of that. So there's some cool things built into this in addition to the Apple Play. So I'm going to check this out. I'm going to play with this a little bit. I'm probably going to change this to miles per hour instead of kilometers per hour, but man, it looks so much better, doesn't it? This takes it from a $500 bike to at least a $1,000 bike just because of the panel. Pretty nice. All right, so you got to let me know what you think of the Chigee AIO-5 Play. Again, this thing has the CarPlay. It's got the Android Auto. If you look at the box here, of course, the anti-theft, the navigation, all that built in here. And then it also has that speedometer and odometer, and it just really checks everything out. People in the motorcycle community have been using these for a while now, but I've never seen a video for it on an e-bike, and it works on an e-bike. Even if you don't have a USB port, you can get those little adapters, like portable chargers, like I said, and they last a very long time. But most of the e-bikes now come with that little USB port. So if yours comes with it, golden, you should probably get one of these if you want to elevate your whole e-bike experience. I do a lot of e-bike reviews, and most of my complaints on e-bikes are with the panel. Well, this solves that. They're very inexpensive. I'll put links to where you can get one of these down in the description section of this video. If you have any questions about this, please feel free to reach out to us. I'm going to take it for a ride. I'm going to get out there on the road. In fact, I'm going to put that panel now on my go-to e-bike. I've got a really nice one I just got that has a dual motor. It's fast. It's very comfortable. So I'm going to put it on there, and I'm going to really enjoy my ride. I can go like 200 miles on that bike on a single charge. And so with that panel on there, I could go anywhere. I'm super excited about it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Again, any questions, feel free to comment down below. Thanks again, everybody. Bye.